Downton Abbey is a feature film continuation of the television series of the same name, which follows the upper-class Crawley family and their extensive staff as they deal with various struggles, relationships, and scandals. The movie sees the beloved characters in the year 1927, getting ready to welcome the King and Queen to Downton Abbey. However, dangerous secrets and hidden schemes threaten to ruin this momentous event and the honor of the country estate. Alright, first things first, let's talk about the show, because it's a damn good one, and if you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's only 52 episodes, which I don't find to be that long, and you'll be treated to some truly masterful scriptwriting and plotting. With the vast number of characters and the tremendous amount of interweaving storylines, it's like a geographically contained Game of Thrones, just with fewer beheadings and safer weddings. The show ended with one of the most satisfying series finales I can think of, so the prospect of a film that continues the story had me a bit wary. But with Julian Fellowes at the helm, the series creator, I had plenty of faith that this picture would be a splendid supplement to a fantastic creation. And indeed it is. Downton Abbey offers a resplendent return to its historical fiction setting without sacrificing what made the show so iconic. The transition from small screen to silver screen is seamless, retaining the feel of the show just with the benefit of a bigger budget. For instance, the luxurious home of Downton Abbey is exactly the same, but the way it's filmed is much more cinematic. Aerial shots have been implemented for the first time to great effect, showcasing the grandeur of the Crawley residence, and various long takes that usher us through the hallways of this atavistic abode excel at transporting us back in time, all while communicating the layout of this massive structure. On a similar note, the biggest hurdle this movie faced was making itself accessible to a general audience, one that was unfamiliar with the television series, and it succeeds remarkably. The characters are introduced in quick succession, but their roles are made distinctly clear, so even if you don't quite catch someone's name, you know exactly what position they occupy, making the story very easy to follow. Additionally, the importance of the titular estate is also expressed coherently, which is vital to understanding the importance of the transpiring events. And boy does a lot happen in this picture. You'd think that the 122-minute runtime would act as a handicap for a property that exceeded in long-form storytelling, but no. Fellowes was more than ready and has crafted a densely packed script that is extremely articulate, making the most of the 2-hour limit while losing none of the intricacy the series flourished in. Equally impressive is just how quickly the movie passes by. For all the plot threads it juggles, the film moves at a deceptively fast pace without ever feeling rushed. Frankly, the end credits almost came as a shock to me because the hours felt like minutes. Nearly every character from the show makes a return, as do the respective actors. The entire cast explodes with varied charm, and they all seem ecstatic to once again inhabit their television roles. I hate to leave this point with such a generalization, but listing each cast member by name and explaining how terrific they are would simply be redundant. I will, however, shine a light on some of the newcomers who appear in this world for the first time. Imelda Staunton is easily the most significant addition to the bevy of characters as the Queen's Lady-in-Waiting, who is also related to the Crawley family. As is to be expected, she commands the screen with her signature presence and has some great verbal sparring matches with Maggie Smith's Dowager Countess, making for an amusing reunion between the two Harry Potter veterans. Tuppence Middleton is enticing in the subtle but crucial part of Lucy Smith, and Kate Phillips brings an attractive, virtuous charisma as Princess Mary. The most intriguing aspect of the series, well, at least to me, was the class differences and how these divisions impacted the story. The picture stays true to the show and delivers on what is fundamentally the core of Downton Abbey as a whole. For example, Lucy Smith and Princess Mary both have interactions with Branson, the chauffeur who married into the Crawley family and had to learn to be a high-class gentleman. Branson has always been one of the most interesting personalities because he's lived both lives. As such, he's able to relate to the woman in service as well as the princess when speaking to them about their problems. The movie provides many such moments, but I do think Branson's conversation with Princess Mary is of particular note. I guess my only problem with the film is how it handles and maneuvers certain characters for the story to exist. Everybody gets something to do, so I wouldn't worry too much about not seeing enough of your favorites. But in order for some plot points to come about, a couple of character motivations and arcs are shifted. The subplot concerning the revolution of the downstairs staff is great fun, but seems a little out of character for Bates, a man of principle and respect, to orchestrate. Then again, he also operates on his own moral code as we've seen before, so maybe it's not too far of a stretch. But Barrow, whose arc in the show is incredibly rewarding to watch unfold, gets shortchanged early on, which is a tad disappointing. Granted, he's given a substantial storyline, but it's mostly disconnected from the rest of the plot and doesn't build from his finishing point in the show. These are minor quibbles, I really want to stress that, and will only bother those who have seen the series, but I had to mention them nonetheless. Downton Abbey is a transportive experience to a nearly century-old era that feels authentic and tangible. The passion and care for this world is on full display from every facet of the production, be it the cast, the cinematography, the set design, or the music, which, by the way, John Lunn absolutely nails. His fantastic motifs wonderfully enhance the narrative, and the famous theme is even more triumphant when heard in a large auditorium. The picture oozes elegance and sophistication to a staggeringly hypnotic degree, effectively bringing the audience into its world. It's glamorous, it's stirring, it's touching, it's heartwarming, it's a must-see. I give Downton Abbey an A. So what did you think of this movie? Who's your favorite character? Are you a fan of the show? Be sure to let me know in the comments section. And if you like this video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for similar content, as that would really help me out. See you in the next video.